In August 1975, the then federal military government, under late General Murtala Mohammed, convened a panel of experts to study and advise the government on the desirability of having a new federal capital territory to replace Lagos, which was already getting overcrowded.
We find out that since the creation of the FCT as it is in 1976, that pronouncement by the federal government at that time immediately made the original inhabitants of the FCT stateless.
The panel recommended a new federal capital city to be located at Abuja, and that was accepted by the government, after which the government then promulgated Decree number 6 of 1976, which gave a legal backing to the creation of a new federal capital territory, Abuja.
FCT was created out of 3 states. You had former Kwara, former Plateau, and part of what we have today as Niger State.
Abuja officially became Nigeria's capital on 12th December 1991 under the leadership of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, who was then the Nigerian head of state. The 2006 census recorded Abuja to have a population of 776,298 people, making it one of the fastest growing cities in the world. According to the United Nations, Abuja grew at the rate of 139.7% between 2000 and 2010, making it the fastest growing city in the world. As of 2015, the city still experienced an annual growth of at least 35% and retained its position as the fastest growing city on the African continent and one of the fastest in the world. Abuja has witnessed a huge influx of people, and the growth had led to emergence of satellite towns and other urban areas. Abuja was erroneously described as no man's land, but we know that Abuja has 9 indigenous tribes, and these tribes are Amawa, Bassa, Ibira, Gede, Ganagana, Gbagi, Gbari, Gwandara, and Koro. These 9 indigenous tribes in the FCT today are the original inhabitants of the federal capital city, Abuja. Welcome to the reality check, a check before the journey of dreams and hopes on the cliff. The happy faces, joyous dance from a people trudging the paths of hopes yet to be fulfilled. Now the journey begins. The unending story of a people, the original inhabitants of the Federal Capital Territory.
It would interest you to know that not too long ago, JAMB had to create a special code for the FCT because the original inhabitants of the FCT didn't have a state, and so they couldn't even write JAMB. They had to go to other states, use other states' codes to be so recognized. And these people have lived in this manner for a very long time.
This is Garki Hills, otherwise known as Apo Hills or the Peipe. This hill is not only a source of strength to the people of Gariki, but holds a repertoire of historic relevance to the Gariki people especially. Under these rocks lay the protective ancestors and past kings of the Gariki people, a cultural tourist piece yet untapped. Unhoused and landless, the innocence of the future lies in the destiny of these lads that play in the dusty and murky sands of tomorrow. We were promised good drinking water and clean water for domestic and other uses. Yet, this is what is available for man and animals. Even now, we are not sure that this pond will be available in the future. Some investors are about to fence us off our only source of water without providing alternative. This used to be our stream. It is polluted, destroyed and rendered unusable without alternatives. We can only point from afar and tell our children that this stream was not only a playground in the past, but a refreshing dew that provided succor and quenched our thirsts. From Ushafa, we quenched the thirst of the people living in the FCT. Yet our abodes in Ushafa are filled with dry pots, dry lips, and not even a droplet of water except the tears from our eyes, a mist yet unclear.
In the course of our work and with the interaction of the people, we found out that the original inhabitants of the FCT have been so marginalized. The economic mainstay has been taken away from them. They are predominantly farmers, and when you take land away from people and you migrate them to other places, it takes them time to settle.
Welcome to this picture of two Maitama. This is Maitama. That is Maitama. We were relocated from where the Millennium Garden is located near Transcorp Hilton today. That was the old road and bridge to Kefi. But here we are today. Under this market lay the bones of our dead ancestors. This location has been a source of conflict between Kubwa and the Maitama people. Our women are industrious and resilient. Our physical challenge does not deter us from looking forward to a good future.
In the course of this work, we have visited a lot of interesting cultural sites of the original inhabitants of the FCT. Sadly, some of these sites, we only hear stories about them, but we don't see them anymore in their original form.
Not even a recognition of who we are can be found at the city gate of Abuja as found in other big cities. No significant cultural piece from Geri Junction or from the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Is Abuja a no man's land? No. Abuja belongs to a people with rich history and culture. Our culture, our people. The uniqueness of our creative ability is wrought in the history of our pottery, yet not extinct, but at the brink of a shrinking past. The deafening sounds from the blasts, cranky quarry noise, the debris and pollutions have sent some people to early grave. Our sacred sites and cultural relics are mined away every day. We signed agreements with empty benefits and deceptive clauses. The mining companies are more interested in the profits they make to the detriment of our health, livelihood, culture, and history. Yet, the host to the most powerful capital of the black nation in the world, that's who we are. Today, we are not partakers of the crisp mansionettes at Maitama, Asokoro, Gariki, Gwarimpa, and other emerging areas of the Federal Capital Territory. The story is the same from Abaji to Amak, from Buari to Kuje, and from Kwali to Gwagwalada. Upon all these economic, cultural, environmental, and social injustices meted to us, we have stood strong like this tree at the middle of the road at the old festival road that refused to give way even at the strongest thrust of the bulldozer. Like the tree, we refuse, and we refuse to be cut down at the center of our own land. That tree represents our resilience as a people. We are the original inhabitants of the FCT.